Hello, Nifty teachers! As we are all in full swing planning and executing our classroom competitions, I want to provide just a brief overview of the accounting protocol for the 2018 classroom competitions. This instructional video will explain your responsibilities as a Nifty teacher in our new protocol. So first, let's review this year's prizes. The prize allocation for 2018 is the same as it was last year, $175 per classroom. This means that if you teach multiple sections or periods of Nifty, you are allocated $175 for each section or period. So for example, if you teach 3 sections, then you will select a first, second, and third place winner from each of those 3 sections and award prize money according to their place as noted on the screen. So all first place winners receive $100 in each section, second place $50, third place $25. It is important to note that any teams must split their prize money evenly amongst all members of that team. So for example, if you have a partnership who wins first place in a section of your class, they have to split that $100. Obviously that feels a little trickier when we get into third place, but that is part of being in a partnership. So the next thing we're going to go over is that we're going to look at the actual procedure for making sure that students get their awards. Teachers who have been with us for a long time remember that this process has gotten increasingly less messy, but has always been a little messy. So I really hope that this year it's going to go really smoothly. But it is a completely new protocol, so make sure that after reviewing the materials and this video, if you have any remaining questions, please do reach out before we get to your competition day. So there is a gift card distribution acknowledgement form that you are going to have to fill out and manage with your students. We're going to go over that form in just a moment. Make sure that you double check, triple check, quadruple check your student emails. This is the delivery method of the gift cards. So if we do not have the email appropriately recorded, then students will not receive their gift cards. So you are going to facilitate collecting these emails and confirming with students and return that form that we'll go over in just a moment to Nifty staff. And then Nifty staff will actually submit the request for all of the gift cards to be emailed directly to your students at the emails that they listed on the form. So we are going to try to limit the amount of work on the accounting side so that they don't get bogged down with processing everything at the national level, all of our students across the country, which in the past has resulted in some, snafus where students don't receive their awards. So students can expect to receive their gift cards 2 weeks after the entirety of the competition series here in Chicago closes. So we have that April 25th deadline. I will be submitting all of our gift card requests on April 25th, and then we will be looking at 2 weeks after that to get those gift cards emailed to students so that our accounting staff at the national level can do it all at once rather than processing all 40-something of them separately. And hopefully this is going to cut down on any missed awards. But please do let students know that they do need to check in with you, that they receive the award, so that if in the event that they don't, we can make sure that we fix it. So let's look at the form. So in our shared Google folder, and we will review those access points at the very end of this video, there are files linked, where you can download this form. This form is straight from our national office and is preloaded with some information, so do make sure that you download the Excel file, and that way you get all of those goodies that are preloaded in. So when you download the form, it should come up with our division here as Chicago. It is a pull-down menu, so you should be able to select it even if it is not automatically there. And then the gift card distributor name, that is going to be your name. So you are facilitating this process with your students after they win the classroom competition. So you're going to type your name there, and then of course your school name here, and your competition date here. Next, I suggest that you type your student winners in and then type in or have them type in their email address just so there's no handwriting errors. But then you're going to print out the form and have them actually sign here on the right-hand side. So in this first, you'll see I have 2 tabs here. In this first tab, this assumes that we don't have any partnerships and that one individual student is winning the entire award. So here everything is preloaded for you. If you do have some partnerships and you have to do some mild math, we have the second tab here where we have not written in the awards, so you can share those, or sorry, split those if need be. So you might have $250 here to split the first place, and etc. as you go. The last thing I will say about this is that if you have multiple sections, you can also manipulate these forms to do everything in one form. You do not need to have a separate form for each section. So for example, if you had 3 sections, then you might change this to, you'll have 3 $100 winners, 3 $50 winners, and 3 $25 winners. And then you will just need to make sure that here in the purpose category, you change that all to student award winner as well. The numbers will help the accounting team to know which place they won, make sure it all adds up. And then of course we have our event name up here, so that does designate, and your school name, all the other important information that accounting needs to know. And when you type everything in here, it will total automatically so that we can see that we have the right allocation for your program size. So again, I recommend typing as much as you can here, especially when it comes to the student emails. We all know the handwriting issues that come up. But then print out the form, have your students sign for their coordinated awards there, and then also you are going to sign down here as the distributor. I know the language isn't exactly perfect. It sounds like you've given them a gift card, but really this is an agreement that that students know that we are agreeing to supply them with this gift card at the email address that they have provided, and they are agreeing to receive it at that email address that they've provided. So that's kind of the distribution, quote unquote, that's happening. So you'll sign and date here, and then scan, going back to our procedure, you'll go ahead and return that form. If you're going to see me in person within the next couple of days, I'm happy to take it in person, or you can scan and email it to me if that feels better. The completed form with your signature. And then the next step on our end, just for clarity, is that we're going to take that list of all of those email addresses and we're going to submit them all at once to our accounting team along with your acknowledgement forms so that we can hopefully wrap it all up in a nice bow. So if you have any questions, of course, please let me know. All of this lives on our Google site. So if you go to your competition tab and scroll down to our regionals and classroom competition series here, you have all of your other resources, which will be covered in another video. Then we also are going to have this accounting video here for your reference. And then within this shared Google folder, you can see there's an accounting folder, and we can click directly on that from that Google site page for competitions, and it will open our shared folder that has our accounting guide and then the necessary forms. So I hope this was easy enough. Again, please let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you soon as we wrap up all these competitions. Okay, thanks everyone.